It's time for another season already? I guess it is! Welcome to the season opener party, ladies and gentlemen. If you make me call you Gentle Cult, I will literally punch you through the screen.
She won't do it.
See, I wasn't kidding. And instead of the usual two-part opening where something epically exciting happens, we basically get an extended version of the ending of the first Star Wars movie. Again! I'm not complaining. I'm always in favor of doing whatever we need to help the narrative and flow of the story work in a natural way. Cough cough! But I think it's safe to say that these episodes are just a tad underwhelming, even if regarding them as separate episodes. One episode is about Twilight thinking of where to send Starlight to increase her knowledge and experience, only to find out that Starlight wants to stay. The other episode is about Trixie and Starlight, where the regular main gang are sent away to be trapped in a room. Like those places where you have to solve puzzles in order to escape a room and...
Game over.
Okay, well, really getting creative with those B-plots there, show writers. Yep, really creative. Let's just start in order, shall we?
Well, let's start at the beginning, which is a very good place to start.
So the first episode, or part of whatever you want to call it today, deals with Starlight being advanced enough to move on to the next level of her studies. I guess going on a tip from Discord during the awards ceremony? We'll talk about that later. Twilight, being her normal stressed out self, then proceeds to ask Leslie about location ideas that she's been thinking of to ease that development. Out of that discovery, we get some fun alternative universe scenarios of Thorax and Starlight. And then Starlight and Ember being buddies and helping with friendships everywhere, only to end with Twilight freaking the fuck out.
And I can remain more calm!
Wait, we're summoning demons now? Let me try. Abracadabra!
Results of this election, if I win. Got you, loser, trademark.
I should have seen that coming. We also get some great character from Godhorse. It's like she's actually a real character or something, oh my god! I do like the fact that Celestia is still finding a role in Twilight's life, and her story is probably one of the best parts of the episode. It doesn't feel grand per se, but it's very cute and meaningful, which I adore. After this decision is made, Twilight then announces that Starlight has graduated her friendship lesson curriculum, and then, hit the deck! Never mind. Is the jury still out on this thing yet? I guess so. Starlight takes the time to decide that she's not quite ready to leave Ponyville, and so like, was this whole episode for nothing, or is it foreshadowing something? I mean, if Twilight had just had a conversation of what Starlight wanted to do, couldn't this whole conflict be avoided? That's what we call filler in the business, but we got some cool backstory out of it, so it's not too bad. Still, that's what I mean. It just seems like if the gang had just talked all this out like adults, then this whole episode would have been non-existent, or at least shorter. It just seems a little lacking for me. Okay, let's talk about Discord now, because we have to. It's a KP video, just be glad I mentioned anything else. First, I think it's important to compare Starlight's friendship development with Discord. It seems like Discord is slower at grasping the whole friendship thing due to his nature, or is it because he hasn't had as many episodes as Starlight to learn anything? The more I think about it, the more my core would have loved to see Discord to be where Starlight was 3 seasons ago. You know, living with one of the main 6, being a supportive character, and learning about friendship because apparently he's still getting there. Maybe he needs their friendship help a little more. Showrunners. Hint hint, wink wink. Not that I don't like Starlight, I just feel like both her and Discord's development and friendship knowledge should at least be a little more equal, especially considering that Discord had a huge head start. He seems to also be implying that since he's so desperate for a roommate, that Twilight might not be giving him the same attention that she does to Starlight. I like that theory too. And my second point, let's compare Discord here to the end of Season 4 Discord, as he's done pretty much a total 180 with his views on friendship and how to defend it. I like it. This is probably the easiest place to really see that development and contrast. Discord's still developing, and hopefully he can still master that beast called friendship too, but seeing how he's not only interacting with the main 6, but really values Starlight and Trixie a little bit, just so that he's progressing too. But speaking of that, one of the things I'm not crazy about is Discord's role with moving the story forward. It frustrates me that the writers have to use Discord just to keep the plot rolling, kinda like how Spike has been used in the past. I mean, I know this is how Discord is used to talking to people and helping them, and that's his usual MO, but at this point the idea seems tiresome. Additionally, was Discord trying to help Twilight make a decision, or did he just want Starlight to room with him? If it's the latter, then maybe Discord's development has been slower because he's naturally more isolated. Living by himself, he seems to be talking to himself more often, just saying. That's just a theory.
A game theory.
Regardless, he seems much more integrated into horse society. With this kind of douchiness, if he did plan the whole thing and didn't tackle it in pieces, especially to one of his good friends, I guess he's still a little jealous of Twilight and her success with her friends. Ugh, come on writers, you can do better. Well, it does seem like his plan was made on the fly, which again is supported by how genuinely he was leading some of those conversations, but regardless, this Discord face makes it all worth it. See, makes everything better. Episode number 2 focuses on Trixie and Starlight, while the others are again sent on some meaningless task, number 5098. Trixie and Starlight's friendship hasn't really been given the spotlight in quite some time, so this is a nice change of pace to see. I don't really have too many issues with this episode, but the only thing I find odd is Starlight is having friendship problems right after she's supposed to not have them anymore. KP confused. I mean, it's fine. I'm sure she can learn friendship lessons or whatever at any point in the show. Look at Twilight and all the lessons she learned after being an alicorn. But this clear contrast is kind of, what? What happened? I guess this did happen. You see what I mean? One of the points I think I should mention and discuss is Trixie herself. We can see here for the first time I think ever, her having a friend but still trying to find a balance between that and being her usual egotistical self. Now that we know her ego is a coping mechanism for her jealousy of Twilight,
I did them because I was jealous of Twilight. She's just the best at everything.
here it seems to be both a genuine side of her character, that means she does it naturally, and to also keep up with Starlight, the real magical prodigy. This is all Trixie's good for at the moment. So big trouble comes to Little Ponyville as the pre-established ego is getting in the way, causing the practicing Trixie to teleport the cutie map away.
Doing the spell!
Well, I guess no more cutie map episodes. Is that a bad thing? Regardless, they're on a quest to find the map before Twilight gets back. All while Starlight is bottling her anger for some of the things Trixie is doing because she's being aloof. That doesn't sound like a good idea. Didn't you, graduate with honors?
Graduated with honor.
Sure, she did. Well, I didn't expect zombie ponies, but I mean, more along the magic building up and Starlight keeping the truth away from everyone and her friend Trixie and then exploding in everyone's faces. Reminds me of another time that happened to Starlight. Except the big difference here is that she doesn't do it on purpose. She's just afraid of hurting Trixie's feelings. That being said, we have some improvement in how she handles these relationships, but still, oh, so close. It's like talking to people and discussing issues directly is important or something.
A few moments later.
So all that said, it's a chill slice of life episode. The only thing we really see that can be broken down is Starlight and Trixie's developing relationship and just Trixie and her natural element a little more. The interactions with the others, I mean, it's good to know that Granny Smith didn't have a past. That's always good. Unless she did.
Let me see your war face. Ah! You don't scare me. Work on it. Sir, yes, sir!
Overall, these are two pretty okay episodes in my opinion. I think the fact that both season 6 and 7, being written at the same time, seems to make the details of writing each episode a little harder to balance, in my opinion. There are usual tidbits that are nice, like the whole Celestia backstory involving Twilight, seeing Discord again, the whole Medal of Honor ceremony in general. It's all nice stuff. Wait, what about the best part? The shipping! There's a tiny bit of shipping, just enough, and that's good enough. Look at Twilight's mirror.
Magnify that. Why is it still blurry?
Discord and Celestia are in a picture on the mirror, and Fluttershy's not there. That also reminds me of something else. Twilight totally ships it. And then they end up talking in the end. I'm not picking at straws here. Leave me alone, Mom.
Chica. Chica. No, Trix, wait, not just.
How many space?